Welcome back to Ugly Truck. Today we're working on a Gen 4 accelerator pedal.
Wait just a second. What are you wearing?
It's my new necklace. I found it on the toolbox.
It is not a necklace.
Why not?
Oh.
Welcome back to Ugly Truck. Today we're working on a Gen 4 accelerator pedal.
Yes, big day here at Ugly Truck. Emily finally got to make a necklace out of something that we built.
I did.
But we're going to wire in a Gen 4 accelerator pedal on this 1974 C20 pickup today. So let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Gen 4 accelerator pedals. Sure enough, you know, they couldn't just leave things alone. Everything has to change, it seems like, from year to year. General Motors, when they come out with the Gen 4 stuff, all the pedals that I've seen are all completely plastic now. Kind of like this one. This one's out of a van, so it's shaped a little weird, but that don't matter. But they're all plastic. They're really hard to weld on, I've found.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
The ground doesn't work well, and it just the MIG welder just doesn't do it, right?
Yeah.
I've looked at them numerous ways. There's just no way to modify them, really. So what I did was we made a plate that, just like our Gen 3 plate, this thing bolts directly into your firewall in the existing 3 bolts. Okay, so it just bolts directly in. Your brand new accelerator pedal just bolts directly to it, and it fits perfectly.
Yeah.
And it sits exactly where it should be. This one here does not have the thing on it. I cut it off because I was using it for a
experiment
to make some modifications, you know. But this is the one that actually bolts directly to it, and it is a very, very popular part number. It's from all the Chevy trucks, all the Yukons, ranging from 2007 to 2020.
Whoa. Is
what I saw it. So you could buy one of these pedals, and they're really reasonable, is why I picked that pedal. And it'll work with a Gen 4.
Sweet.
All of them. All right. So, like I said, we'll have these on the merch store.
Yeah.
Right next to our Gen 3 ones.
Yeah.
But it does work very nicely. The pedal feels great, and it is in the perfect spot. If you don't want to purchase one, and you would rather make one, I built this out of 2 6-inch long, 1/8-inch pieces. Is that 3-inch wide? Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep, 3-inch wide. So it's perfectly flat, and it wasn't all that hard to do. So a person could make themselves want to make it work if they wanted to also.
Yeah.
I'm happier sometimes when I hear people say, oh, hey, I built that same thing. It's kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Although I do like when people buy it also. So.
Yes, it does support the channel.
Yes.
Which is cool.
Yes, so thank you. So like I said, I already got one down on this pickup. It's bolted in just like that, but I have to wire it up. So let's get to wiring this thing, okay?
Okay.
All right. Whiteboard.
Whiteboard.
All right, Gen 4 is growing on me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm starting to get used to the way the wiring is in them after looking at all this for how long I have been, and it's starting to sink in. If it wasn't for having to have the body control module for all the cool things that you could possibly do with an LS swap, that would be ideal, but that's not the case with a Gen 4. But like in the case with the accelerator pedal, on the Gen 3 stuff, you had to wire in a TAC module, a throttle actuator controller. And so there was another part of the whole system, but not in a Gen 4. In a Gen 4, that pedal just has 6 wires, and they all go to the ECM connector. In this case, I'm working with the harness that we're building, and I have the C109 plug. So these 6 wires are just going to go to the C109 plug that lead down to the ECM.
Sweet.
All right. your pedal's just got 6 wires coming out of it, A, B, C, D, E, F. And like I said, we're going to go to the C109 connector. Both sides of the connector are the same pin numbers, and same color of wires come out at each end, so that's nice. It makes it really nice and simple. It makes it really nice and simple for somebody like me and Emily.
Yeah.
Right?
And Turd.
Yeah, and Turd. Thank you, Turd.
That was great, Turd.
Now my fan won't work.
Yeah, really.
If I broke down the next time, I'll blame it on Turd. Okay. 6 wires. The reason there are 6 wires, because this pedal, just like a Gen 3, it has 2 sensors in it, so they check each other.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So when a pedal does go bad and one side of it's not reading correctly, then it knows, because you kind of want to know when your accelerator pedal's not going to work properly.
It's pretty important.
Yeah, and something goes wrong with them. I think this thing, it puts it into limp mode, and it just slow you down a bit.
Yeah.
So this is the plug for the accelerator pedal. That's another thing I noticed too. Like this is out of a 2012 GMC van. The connector is different.
Oh, that's weird.
But I'd never use that one anyway, unless I was swapping a van, you know. But also I looked into the actual pedal is cheap. They're less than $70. I know that. I've seen them for less than $70, brand new.
Wow. And
then the electrical connector, if you don't have the electrical connector, like if you didn't pull it out of your swap or your donor, you can buy the connector. I saw the connectors were less than $10, which is crazy because a lot of times those are like 30 or 40 bucks.
Yeah.
But we won't need that any longer. And I hope I never see that one again, actually. So what I did was I already added my length here because I didn't want to make people watch me make 12 connections versus just making 6 connections. So if you don't have a picture of it, okay, with the plug sitting like that, pin the purple one, that's A on the left.
Okay.
So A, B, C, D, E, F. Very similar to how the alphabet works.
Huh. Yeah, it's weird.
All right. Oh, we're gonna have some fun today. So let's just go and start wiring this thing in. I didn't have all the wire colors that I needed, so I had to go like on my blue one. I had to go with a pink wire. I did this with all 20 gauge wire. These are 22 or 24. They're real small, so I had to really pay attention to make sure I got a good connection when I'm in there. Yeah. And that's another thing too, like when you're doing an accelerator pedal thing. It's not that any connection's not important, but the connections on this are very important. So let's just go over and start doing it. We'll start with A and connect it to our 109 plug.
Okay.
All right. All right, so what I did, I went down there with a junk piece of wire and I ran it from my accelerator pedal all the way up through my old speedometer grommet. That's what I'm going to use for all my wiring that's going to go into the inside of the truck that leads out to the computer. So I got my length that way, of what I needed. And then I have that much length on the male portion of the C109 plug. So male portion, we know why it's the male plug, right?
Because it stinks.
No. Again, does all the work, doesn't complain. Okay.
I don't like that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of wire, and what I'm going to do is when I'm all done with this swap, or when I'm all done wiring it up, I'm probably going to get rid of the C109 connector.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's so many wires there that it doesn't need, and that's a big plug.
Yeah.
I know. It's handy. I mean, if a person wanted to use it, it's pretty cool that you got it, but for me, there won't be a need for it. there really aren't that many wires that are going to be coming out to this.
Yeah.
In fact, from this one, I think after we do the accelerator pedal, the only other one that will come out of that will be the so the only other one that'll come out of it will be the accessory wake up for class or low speed serial data. So I'm going to have 6 wires and then 1 wire and then my 2 GM LAN wires, and that's pretty much it. So not very many, so I can get rid of a bunch of that, and it'll eliminate some connections also.
That's true.
All right, but that's you got a butt in there. All right, so I got to get this thing loomed through the firewall, so I'm gonna do a little bit of fishing, I guess. Right?
Oh, I love fishing.
Everybody loves fishing. Go on the inside.
Where does this wire go?
All right, so I'll just do some quick taping. Once I get this done, I already did my length, so I know where that's going to end up. This plug ends up going up and over the steering column, and then down to my accelerator pedal. And so that's mounted on our accelerator plate. It does go all the way down, wide open throttle. You're going to need that, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it's got a great feel, and it is in the exact same spot. You can see where the other pedal was landing right there. So it's the exact same.
Sweet. Looks nice.
Everybody knows I'm a little particular about that.
That is like probably the #1 complaint we've had on swaps. Anything that somebody's not happy with, it's always
the feel of stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it did before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Believe me.
That's a big part of why we do things the way we do it.
Yes, I want it to be. I want it to be something that a person loves to drive, and it feels like it didn't before they messed with it.
Yep.
So there's those wires.
Okay.
Get rid of this giant one. Don't need it. We will need that. That wire is going to be used for my blower motor circuit. Get rid of those out of sight. Like I said, there's the end of the male portion of the C109. We don't need it plugged in to do this, so let's unplug it. And I said we'd start with the A, which was the purple wire. The purple on mine is green. I kind of did it in a way that makes sense to me. Like I always associate like green and purple is the same when it comes to
like data
and things like that. So
yeah,
try to do things that make sense. Or if I just had all the wire colors, that'd be awesome, but I don't.
Just a wall of wires.
Yeah. So my purple wire, which for me right now is a green wire on the accelerator pedal connection, is going to go to a purple wire here in the C109 plug. And what's kind of cool on this one is all those are in a row together except for one of them. So there's a C1 right there, C2 right next to it, C3, which is tan, right next to it, C4 blue, right?
Yep, dark blue.
See, where's the white one? Which one's white? D?
C5 is
C5.
white with a black stripe.
Yeah, so it's that one. And then it goes to D7. And D7 would be below it, and it's a brown one, so it's going to be right there. That's all 6 of my wires.
Sweet.
And I'll take and put a little bit of tape around those to keep them in order so I don't have to keep looking at that plug. What did I say? Purple? Purple, 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 green. Okay, back after 2 interruptions. We need to, maybe we'll buy an island that we can do videos at.
Do you remember your heat shrink?
Yeah, of course I did.
Okay. I thought I was going to catch it.
Yeah. While you were being interrupted, I put heat shrink on all 6 of the wires, so
Holy smokes.
I don't have to even think about it anymore. All I got to do is do these high quality solderless butt connectors.
Yeah. He said butt.
Huh?
He said butt.
Yep. I said butt. Okay. Alright, so that was our purple one. I know it's going to a green, but like I said, I didn't have purple. Oh, we're going to use our torch again. Yes.
You can still use code uglytruck10 for 10% off.
Uh-oh, I might be running out of gas.
Oh no. That's how much we've used it. We've used it on the fire pit almost as much as we've used it in the shop.
And I used it to start Old Toasty the other day when it was cold again. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I ought to conserve that and heat them all up at the same time, or try to maybe do that. Okay, so app 2 signal, accelerator pedal position 2 signal, which is a in C2 light blue. Be right next to our purple one.
You down with A.P.P?
I'm down with A.P.P.
You know me.
Nobody will get that reference.
Oh, somebody will.
Light blue. So I gotta see what I made the light blue on. I used a pink wire. So there we go. Pink. I'm gonna spread my butt connectors out a little bit. And I am gonna try to just do a nice job, because I can take my excess wire loom. If I don't do that, it'll be draped up and around there and still make it look nice, you know, before I go and do my final wiring, if I do decide to change the C109 plug or get rid of it.
Yeah.
But I won't do that until I'm confident that I've got the AC going, all the other fun things that I'm going to do to this. And then also these, like I said, these wires are so small. They're probably 24, I think. So I'm using the smallest connector that I have, and I still can fold it over and get the whole thing in there. So make sure I get it crimped on there good. And these are 20s, like I said, so they fit it perfectly. I wonder how other people that do videos, I wonder how they handle interruptions, you know? They don't talk about it on camera.
That's the real Ugly Truck experience. When we set out to do videos, we wanted to make it feel like you were hanging out here at Ugly Truck. That's part of it.
Yes, listening to complaints.
Yes.
Oh, I think it is running low.
Oh man.
I hope not, because I haven't ordered anymore.
Uh-oh.
All right, 10. Let's do it in order. So C, which is supposed to be tan. Let's see what color that is. Orange.
That's about right. That's kind of the color I used on the whiteboard.
Oh, that's right. That's actually why I did that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the closest I had to a tan marker.
Think about it. Although we only got 6 wires to do, so I guess we can handle some interruptions, you know?
Yeah. The pedal is something that we get a ton of questions on, and I don't know if it's that there's not a lot of info out there, or it seems more complicated, but...
Maybe it might trip people up because there's no TAC module, you know? Mm-hmm. And what actually is turning out to be kind of cool about the Gen 4 stuff is because it does so much of the communicating with the GM LAN wires, it actually is cutting down on the amount of wiring.
Mm-hmm. Less wires, but I don't know, more complicated, kind of. Just different.
Yeah, by the time we have air conditioning and tow haul, the ignition is the next video we'll do when we fire this baby up.
Ooh.
And the body control module will have the majority of the wiring that we have to do. Because even this plug, this is our connector number 2 from the ECM. All we have left, those 2 blue wires, those go to the ECM and the TCM for the brake signal. 2 wires for 2 green wires that are related to running the air conditioning, and the other 2, a blue and a green wire, is for running the fans. So, and then I only took 2 other wires out of there that we didn't use, which were the rear O2 sensors and the VLOM manifold.
Oh yeah.
And so that plug, after what we did with the building the standalone harness, there's nothing left in that plug. So
Yeah, most of them are going to this bundle here.
yeah, and the GM land just takes care of a lot of it. 2 more wires. These actually, I kind of matched the colors because I knew this one's white with black. It's a C5 in the 109 connector, white wire with a black tracer.
You got 3 more wires, don't you?
3? Oh, the black one, yeah, I forgot. It's camouflage down there, I couldn't see it. Caw. Okay, so blue. I know I made the blue wire blue. I had the right stuff for that. One more.
One more.
Brown. Come to police. They found out you're here.
I wondered who you were on the phone with.
All right, last crimp here on the accelerator pedal. All right, so that's 6 of them, right? All 6. I'm gonna double check my black one there. Brown. Cool.
Sweet.
All right.
So that's it?
Yep, so there you have it. I'm gonna, once I plug it in, that'll make its connection to the ECM. I'll clean the rest of that up, of course.
Oh,
And now we have an accelerator pedal.
sweet.
Right? So whiteboard just for a second again. So we just ran those wires and we just connected them to this side of the C109 plug. Like if you didn't have the C109 plug at all, if you were really making your own harness, then you'd have to go to the ECM. They're all in connector 1 and you would end up having to go to 23, pin 32, 36, you know, and just go directly to the ECM and bypassing the C109 plug. So,
Okay.
and like I said, when I get down to it, when I get her all done and I have everything that I want running in this truck, I'll probably eliminate that big thing. But aside from the way it looks and how big it is, it's a great thing to use while you're getting it going, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a handy spot, just like the C100 on the Gen 3 stuff.
Exactly. Another thing that has been helping me out a bunch on Gen 4 is its circuit numbers, because in order to figure a lot of this stuff out, not the accelerator pedal I look at on a powertrain wiring diagram and it's all there. But some of this stuff on the Gen 4, when I really have to start tracing it through different wiring diagrams, I'm figuring out that the best thing for me to do is double check it with the circuit number, which is what those other little numbers are that you'll see. because it's a lot easier for me to go and look at a wiring diagram and just look down like the ECM row and find that circuit number and know that I'm working with the exact same thing, because it's misleading on some of them.
Yeah.
Or just wrong. So that's how I double check them with the circuit number. Turned out to be pretty helpful. Mm-hmm. Right?
A little easier to find stuff.
Yep. So we showed you that mounted down in the pickup, how that turns out. Like I said, if you need to buy one of those, great. We appreciate it. Or if you need to make one, not a hard thing to do. Gen 4 pedals are specific. You got to use a Gen 4 pedal. And the one that we designed this for is a readily accessible one, so a person wouldn't have trouble finding one, which is always a good idea.
Yep.
And
we'll have a link to that in the description, and of course a link to the brackets there.
Yep, and they will be painted up like our other ones are. That'll look nicer. So
yes,
this was just my second one that I built, and whoever sends us the first comment saying they want one, we'll mail this baby to them.
Yep.
All right.
It's all yours.
That being said, as usual, thanks to all of our subscribers, our members. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching our videos, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome back to Ugly Truck. Today we're working on a Gen 4.
Wait a sec. Oh.
Okay. Welcome back to Ugly Truck. Today we're working on an